back, everyone, my proper compadres, to This Week in Bullshit. I am your host, Proper Jeremy. What is so funny, miss? What is so funny? She's laughing behind this protest billboard that she has drawn on her whiteboard. Mm-hmm. What is going on?
That text alert goes off every single time, and I forget about it.
Oh, of course. Oh, and the alert that I'm live?
Formally.
No, fair enough. But I was just about to introduce my lovely guest, and I just wanted to thank Stig Kenobi and MissSarcasticNerd for stepping in at the last minute. I prepared this stream like a few days, like half a week in advance. And the only one to be able to fully commit was Rookie, and I would like to thank, you, Rookie, as well for stepping in and fully committing, and also for Stig and Miss for stepping in. But first off,
committing, Sean had an emergency.
Hey, I know, and that's no disrespect to Thomas or Sean. I am totally, I'm gonna have them back again, and I think Sean might actually appear if he comes back, though. But I'm just happy that somebody stuck through it. I don't know. It's just like I replaced 2/3 of my entire panel.
Well, it's more like I'm on vacation, so it's not like I committed. I'm just free.
So much for a vacation, then.
Well, I'll introduce the panel one by one. First up, we'll start with Miss, the one who was making fun of me earlier and laughing at me at my comments because apparently she thinks calling my viewers proper compadres is might be offensive.
You should call them property.
Yes. See, that's not stupid.
My property, no.
Yeah.
I will never call you guys property by any means. No.
No, call them property. You guys are property now.
Yeah.
No. Sorry, I've overridden you, Proper.
Do you have anything to say?
Oh, and he's under 1,000 subs again.
Oh, jeez. Anyways, Miss, go on.
Hi, guys. I'm MissSarcasticNerd, and you can check out my channel where you can call me Miss, because I completely forgot my own spiel. You fuck.
Oh, whoops. I meant to do the solo layout. I accidentally hit remove from stream. Whoops.
You are an absolute disaster. Anyway, I have a video up if you want to check that out on my channel, and you can also follow me on Twitter.
Speaking of rookie mistakes, the Rookie Critic is here. Wait, were you not done, Miss?
I was done. I was just going to insult you a little more, but...
Well, we can have more of that in just a minute, guaranteed. So I am the Rookie Critic, and I just recently finished the Rookie's Quest trilogy, and I just did a recount, and there was 134 entire cameos in this. Stig played the biggest role, telling me that I have energy and that he doesn't need mine. He doesn't need help, so that's good. I've got some more film projects coming up. Another Game of Tomatoes one, because apparently Rotten Tomatoes did some more goofy stuff. I actually didn't look into that yet, but I'll look into that soon and get back to you with some more stuff. So, boom.
And last but certainly not least, we have Stig Kenobi, who is the real MVP, who came in last minute because I don't know if Sean is going to make it or not. So luckily we have Stig to fill in. And also, it's just great having you on in general. So Stig Kenobi, tell the people what you got going on.
Well, the burden is on me to represent Sean, I suppose, in the best way possible.
Yes, being friends with the Last Jedi supporter.
Give us your best impression.
Yeah.
He likes the Last Jedi?
No. Being friends with the Last Jedi support. It's a joke about Chris.
Yeah. He's adopted. I have a very tiny YouTube channel with strange videos on it, I suppose. You can binge watch them in 3 minutes. Excellent if you bring your phone with you to the toilet. Other than that, I tend to pop on Mary Mayhem's lovely channel, and Chris Knight's lovely channel. And not really a YouTuber myself, but I know YouTubers and I hang out with them.
Adopted is an appropriate word for Chris because we want him around, but he's not exactly one of us.
Oh, he's like a gypsy.
Pretty much.
He's a cabbage smelling gypsy.
It's pretty funny. Anyways, I'm going to take a quick moment. Speaking of Mary Mayhem, she's plugging people in the chat. Mary, I know how valuable your time is, so I want to thank you very much for doing that. You don't have to. Mary frickin' Mayhem, just being amazing right now. Even though that you got the caps mixed up, it's been that one. It's fine. It's fine. Proper. Okay. Robert Pearson says proper Jeremites. I actually like that.
Jeremiah.
I like property. Property's better.
You like property more? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
10 out of 10. Property.
Yeah.
Teresa Martin's here. She says, "Hola, hola, ¿cómo estás?" Muy bien, ¿y tú?
Teresa Martin is the greatest.
Yeah. I literally just had a conversation with myself just there.
What do you need us for?
Yeah, más o menos. Teresa, you wonderful soul. Yes, Miss is absolutely correct. It's a Vase production, says General Kenobi. Guess he's
General Kenobi.
This time you won't escape.
And Robert Pearson says, "Oh, what's the more?" Well, Robert. There's gonna be you should stick around until the end. And I think everybody should stick around until the end because I'm gonna be introducing a new funny segment that I think that you would all greatly appreciate. And I think the essence of this week in bullshit is really going to be in full fledged. So definitely stick around until the end for that. Timon Flip says, "Heyo, what's up, Timon? You're always here. Great to have you here." And then Sunny Sissel says, "Hello, hi, how are you?" "I'm doing great. How are you, man?" That was a question. I can't exactly, unless you're in here, I shouldn't expect a response, but that's okay. Mox Rocks is in the chat talking to other people because he's, awesome. Mox is here. Thank you, Mox, for being here. I refuse to give you mod status because I know you're a mod for like 1,000,001 other channels, and I refuse to give you that responsibility. So, yeah, but either way, we are happy to have you here. I am certainly, and it's amazing what you've done with for Mary. Like, that is fantastic. Everything that's going on there. And then Ryan Kennel from RK Outpost says, "Sorry I'm late, but I am here for the party." Well, I'm sorry I started 5 minutes later than I should have.
Really late.
So
Just like
we're
Floyd.
all late here to the game.
Oh no, you were just late. Will came right on time.
We're literally here for 7 minutes while you're you're confused.
Just watching him watch some video. I think it was porn.
You think it was
There's a couple women in it.
Well,
Yeah.
if Philip DeFranco is porn, then yes, I was watching porn.
Black.
He wasn't wearing a shirt.
In some countries.
It was really scary.
So
I'm
shut
a bit
up. And
traumatized.
Mox said, "Thank you. It's nice to be somewhere I don't have to mod." Yeah, dude. You know what, Mox? This is the room for mods. For mods that have to, mod all the time. But no, you get to have a time off where you can just enjoy it. You can leave whenever you want. You don't have to post links. Do nothing. Don't do anything. Just listen. Do it for entertainment. It's like a TV show you don't have to work on. It's great, isn't it? It's fantastic. And Mara is here. You ignore my greeting. I see how it is. Where did you have a greeting?
I
We have
would
it
not
in
want
top
to
chat.
take,
You
Evening
only-
all lurking. Okay, now I see it.
I would not
Now I
want to
see
tick
it.
off Mara. She's on a roll lately on Twitter.
Yeah,
So.
she's taking out.
On a warpath.
Killing it. She's been killing it. Mara, you really do give these soy boys a taste of their own medicine. And I applaud you for that. Respect Whammon. 26 Snoopy 82 says hey, and that's another person that I ignored their hellos, their introductions. So Snoopy, it's very great to see you here, man. I apologize for missing yours as well as Mara, but let's just face it, Mara, that one was fucking funny. Just like, okay, you're gonna ignore mine. And before we get proper shirtless. Well, there is a specific Lethal Lightning stream that you can go to see me shirtless. So that's all I will say about that. You can see me. It is there. You just have to look for it. Robert Pearson says, Proper Jeremy, did you get to see the video Nick from Echo Base Network sent you of my R2-D2? He wasn't sure if it got through or not when he was on your panel last week. No, I don't recall that. And he wasn't on my panel last week. He was on my panel I think 2 weeks ago. But I don't think I got that. But I would absolutely love to see that. If you are on Twitter, Robert, just DM me, and I will look at it, because if that's your real R2, then wow, I mean, it looks great. So, and I always applaud people who are able to, out of love for Star Wars, they decide to they're inspired to build or be engineers or be like Disney Imagineers, whatever it might be. It's always inspiring to see that. He says, yeah, 2 weeks I've been asleep since then. C-3PO said, switch off.
If they do a Star Wars and Star Trek Discovery crossover, then R2 would get STD2.
Yeah.
And Stevie J Reviews just said, good day, everyone. Hope all is well. Yes, all is well, Stevie J. Thank you for stopping by. And now let's get into this week in bullshit. And the first news that we're going to talk about is there's this whole... And let me just screen share real quick. We have this. We have a couple of different articles to talk about. We have a lot to talk about this week. And the first thing that I would like to talk about, let's just get this here real quick. All right. This is mostly about the Disney parks. We're mostly going to be talking about, for this segment, the D23 Expo, because there was so much news to come out of it. There's so much news. So we're going to start with this. First and foremost, there's this Epcot thing that's going on. So they're going to have going to be doing all this great stuff, and that's amazing about these expos, that they have a lot of great announcements. But one of the announcements that was made, I didn't have the link set up, but one of them, funny enough, for those of you who don't know, Spider-Man is no longer going to be in the MCU because of certain, let's just say, complications. I'm going to remove this for now. But certain complications revolving around Spider-Man, and they released this big announcement for a Spider-Man ride at Disney World and Disneyland. And now it's like this is all going to go to waste in some way. So with Disney announcing this for the Disney parks, I would like to ask the panel this question: What exactly? How long is this Spider-Man ride going to last? You're all familiar with the ride, right? Oh, no? Okay. All right. Okay. Well, I'll just talk about it real quick.
I knew there was a ride.
So I'm trying to imagine, is it like just a regular ride, but it's got Spider-Man logos on it? Or like some type of rope swinging thing? Like
you have to hang on to like a mannequin.
You get some sticky stuff to climb up the wall. Doesn't sound.
You're strapped to a mannequin.
Okay, the centerpiece. All right. So this is all going to be in Disney California Adventures. That park. The centerpiece for this park is going to be a Spider-Man ride in which guests will board vehicles and hurl webs at the vastly multiplying spider bots that have escaped. while details of the ride
sound-
weren't. Yeah, Disney. While details of the ride from Disney weren't released, it may well be like the experience found in Toy Story Mania, where riders fire at targets on 3D video screens.
Don't link Spider-Man to Toy Story.
It's basically what Rookie said. It's a normal ride with Spider-Man slapped onto the side of it.
Well, yeah. Well, no.
Well, because what about it makes it Spider-Man?
What? Yeah, that was Spider-Man. The webs, just the webs.
Like,
And then-
but it's not even web. It's gonna be silly string.
Yeah.
What else is it gonna be? Like,
have you been on-
you said specifically hurl webs, like a barrel.
Yeah, just bucket.
Whoosh. Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. But no, it just looks like it's going to be in the same style as Toy Story Mania, and Toy Story Mania is like an arcade game where you get to shoot targets.
Wait, how's that a ride though?
Yeah,
So
it
it's
was a
like
ride.
it's
Well,
like
it was a
Duck Hunt
ride.
on the Nintendo.
That's just what it said. That it was going to be a ride, but Toy Story Mania is a ride. But like, you go. Have you been to? You haven't been to Disney World, so all right, Rookie. So Miss too. So at Disney World, I don't think anybody has been on the Toy Story Mania ride. So it's like you are in this little like cup, like this coaster thing, and you go, and I think it's in Hollywood Studios, if I'm not mistaken, and you go around and you just have a couple of guns and you shoot targets. You shoot targets with like a laser gun. And
That's exactly what I said. It's a ride plus Duck
sounds
Hunt
like
for the Nintendo.
Yeah.
Oh.
So like the way you made it sound before with a ride is like how they had the toys for Spider-Man that are like you get the Spider-Man truck or something, and it's like it's just a Spider-Man truck or a motorcycle with his kind of stuff on it, and there's no real use for it, and it's like that's a Spider-Man one.
Spider-Man cars. I was like, what are Spider-Man
Or a
cars?
Spider-Man helicopter.
No, it's not happening at all.
Or his helicopter, So I'm picturing just like a log ride, but with a couple webs and blue and red on it or something. And
Yeah.
Spider-Man,
Spider-Man Ferris wheel.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think what could be a cool Spider-Man ride. I mean, I don't know.
You
like
have to
have
go into an office and James Jameson yells at you. That's the ride.
Maybe. I mean, I could see the fun of shooting people in the face as they come at you, I guess, and then like have something they can climb up the side of a thing, Velcro or a rope or something. I mean, you could kind of
Velcro.
you could, I don't know. You could probably make something up to make a
Several
ride.
fat kids fall
Just
to their death.
See, now I'm just picturing an obstacle course. I don't know why they call it a ride.
They could start it with a dead Uncle Ben, though. It's like right next to where you enter the ride. There's a dead Uncle Ben.
If you shoot at Uncle Ben, the ride explodes.
Sorry if we derailed your article here, but
Oh no! I found it very entertaining.
Yeah, I don't go to theme parks often. I mean, I don't know. It's the Oaks Park, like once.
We look like we're made of money.
All right. Well, no. But fair enough. But
Yeah.
do you think that this is gonna have to change now with that announcement? I mean, I think it's hilarious. I think it's absolutely hilarious that they announced that there's going to be a Spider-Man ride right after Marvel have that huge disagreement. Like,
Right.
all right, Spider-Man's out of the MCU now.
What do
So-
they own?
Well, I don't think it'll be that hard for them to change it to a different superhero if they wanted to.
No,
or
probably not.
something. And based on what you
Iron Man,
described, it's not specific enough to Spider-Man to be difficult to change. So
Yeah, you
I
can
don't think
change it to
it'll
the
be an issue.
Iron Man ride. Honestly, it would make more sense as the Iron Man
Oh.
ride.
yeah,
or
the-
Captain America can throw shields off the ride.
Nah, Iron Man's like the second most popular character, isn't he?
Really?
In the MCU, he's the most popular. Well, we're talking about Marvel in general. Yes, Spider-Man's the most popular.
yeah, the most known worldwide. But,
Wolverine as well, I guess. Maybe.
Yeah.
the X-Men in general, I think, are like on the top 3. But Spider-Man, from what I hear, Fantastic Four used to be up there. I don't know about anymore.
Yeah, but you know what's funny is that in Universal Studios Hollywood, and not Hollywood, it's in Orlando. Excuse me, I'm getting mistaken for Hollywood, Florida. But they have like this big thing in one of their theme parks about like I remember that there was this big Marvel presence that was there. You had Incredible Hulk, you had Iron Man, all these folks there, and it was just so amazing. You had a Hulk ride, which is awesome. I don't know how much.
What was the Hulk ride?
You had a Hulk ride that was I don't know, it was like a generic thrill ride, I guess.
Like,
It
like
was
a roller coaster, or just like?
I think this was before Disney acquired it, so
I guess okay, because I haven't been to a theme park. When people say like if there was a Harry Potter ride or Jurassic, I don't know what to expect. So I'm just trying to think of how they would do it. Like if they said a Jurassic World one or something, I think that you like are on top of a T-Rex and you like go down the tail and shoot out like Flintstones or something.
Well,
like I don't know. Like
sometimes when you're on rides, they're like it's inside. And some days there'll be a screen, and you just have a coaster that you're on, and it'll just whip you around or something.
I just mentioned the Hulk ride is that you get in a car and the Hulk throws you.
Something like that.
Or you to avoid
been
being crushed. You're in a car and
You're in
you're in a car and you have to avoid being
simulator.
smacked by fists that just pound down.
To be fair, I might have mistaken.
They actually
for a
kill you
different
on the ride.
That's what the Jurassic Park ride is too. You're inside the car and you get flipped. And then
Would the chat
on.
like to have this be a theme park instead of their theme parks right now? Because right now, the way you're describing, I'm sorry, that does not sound fun to me with these types of theme parks. But I think we can make a theme park.
Dude, I gotta say, if you go to Disneyland, you'll be disappointed. There's a bunch of old rides that Matterhorn, like all these old '60s rides. Like, have you ever been to Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio? This is my stomping ground. Cedar Point has, I don't know, the most roller coasters in a single park, and they're all amazing. They're all superior to Disney, but at the end of the day, it's just like the theme is Disney, and the theme is what you go for.
The thing is,
And
if
it's
you're
the
gonna do a
experience.
theme drives don't interest me because a ride is a ride and it's just going to do flips and turns and stuff, and what you see visually doesn't really matter.
No, there are different attractions. For example, the Jaws ride at Universal Studios was like the thing is you're on a boat with a bunch of other people and a shark is going after you, and it's scary, and it's just like oh shit, it's a mechanical shark and
How
everything.
often does somebody get eaten?
Cool.
How many casualties are there per ride?
Yeah, how many times did
Zero.
people die?
Nobody died on that Jaws ride.
You have to sign something before you get on the ride.
In whitewater rafting, there's a chance in level 3 and up or something that you could get killed. So
whitewater rafting was the Jurassic Park ride, actually, I think, or it was in Animal Kingdom. I don't know. Probably both.
The last time I was at a theme park was Mall of America when I was like 5. So that's like my only experience.
I like how this became proper having to explain to us how theme parks work.
Well, it's like because we can talk about it as it is, but then the more he's like talking about it, the more I'm picturing in my head how. No, what? Okay, but
I just see the train ride. That's all I see from Disneyland.
Is the chat annoyed?
I'm going to take a moment to acknowledge some of the chat. Will Gentry is here. What is up? And anyone I missed, I hope you're all doing well. Well and good. Thank you, Will. Very nice to see you here. And going down to some of the other chats that was here, somebody said credits will do fine. Maybe Republic credits. I don't know.
Credits will.
It's pretty funny. Ryan said Disneyland is effing trash. Cedar Point is superior. So you've been to Cedar Point. You know what I'm talking about. You know how amazing those rides are. Disneyland has nothing on Cedar Point because the thrill rides are just like, okay, you're going 60 miles an hour at most on 60-year-old coasters. I can go faster in my car on the highway. What's so thrilling about this? And that's what's kind of sad. But I'm telling you, Disney World is so much better than Florida. Florida does all of it better. And then the Geek Talk Society is also here. Everyone's saying a bunch of stuff. and I'm not sure where exactly to start with it. Will said we could make a much better Marvel theme park than the current Star Wars one. Get 40 individual Iron Man suits. That way everyone gets their own ride. They fully control, unlike the Falcon one. Oh yeah, where two people. Oh yeah, that's a disaster. So.
Yeah, see,
man.
I feel like with Marvel, why don't they make like I know this isn't a rides or nothing, but if it's about the experience and the theme, like wouldn't they have like obstacle courses or something, or like you can try to I don't know where you get like where you can get your shield to be Captain America, and okay, you got to go through and try to avoid getting hit by all these things coming at you different directions. You got to roll between the stuff, and then you do another round where you're Iron Man, where you got at least something on your hands that you can squeeze or shoot out or something, so you can hit some targets or whatever, and maybe it's like paintball with friends or something, and I don't know, something like that, and you got pieces on to. Not full, but some, so you can do something. See, this would be a fun theme park. We got to think about this because we don't go to real ones. We got to get.
We should make our own theme park out of like cardboard and.
Cardboard and paper mache.
Yeah, cardboard and paper mache.
We can do that.
Welcome to the Fandom Menace theme park.
Proper is like, you fools. You've not lived.
Over here you get insulted.
Well, speaking of the theme parks, there's this whole big thing about the Disney Genie. And for those of you who are unaware or don't know, to celebrate Disney World's 50th anniversary in 2021, officials are releasing a digital assistant to help guests with everything from booking a fast pass to planning the perfect day. Visitors will be able to go online and use the Disney Genie to arrange each day by experiences and attractions, as well as dining reservations. It also will send out alerts should arrangements need to be changed because of weather or ride breakdown. No price for the service was announced. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. But people have an issue calling it the Disney Genie. And I specifically had a video that was released on Sunday that was just in pure anger and upset because apparently I've heard that they will use the Genie voice. Now, and also the likeness of the Genie, which is, for those of you who don't know, against the wishes of Robin Williams, something that was a huge thing for Disney for years and years and years. Like, Robin Williams did not want to Robin Williams knew, he had the foresight to know that Disney is going to just monetize it. They're just going to do whatever the F they want with it and make him because he's so talented. He's just like, because I'm so talented, I know you're going to market this character, make him bigger than he is, make him the whole show, and that's not the story. I love your story. I love the character that I created, but at the end of the day, I don't want it to be as marketed as some of your other characers. I don't.
If I'm wrong, but isn't that why he decided to not do some of the other Aladdin movie and TV show projects? Because they were gonna use his they didn't agree to not use his likeness or something, so he just stopped for a while until they could have some type of agreement.
Yes, Dan Castellaneta, the voice of Homer Simpson, was actually used for the sequel, the direct-to-video sequel, Return of Jafar, but Robin Williams returned for Aladdin and the King of Thieves after another president of Disney said, oh yeah, we're so sorry about this. We're sorry about, your treatment. We're sorry about how everything was arranged before.
Yeah, saw how bad they tanked, and we're like, God damn, we need Robin back.
Yeah, exactly. And then that did very well because he was back and he was amazing. And those were the only two videos that
I would say it did very well. It did
they
the second one.
Wait, what was that?
I wouldn't say it did very well. I would say it did better than the second one, at least.
Well, no, I mean...
Probably more return than they got on the second one.
They had a very significant increase in video sales, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, they even made a pilot TV show or something.
I haven't seen the second or third one, so...
Okay, the third one is the only other one.
Yeah.
What was that?
I said, I haven't seen them either, but they made a second and third one and a TV show or something, or they were starting to make one kind of, and they became shorts. I don't know the specifics of it.
It was a TV show, and it was kind of like SpongeBob, where they had two 15-minute segments or something. I don't know.
Yeah, they weren't fully. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, and it was all by the guy that was Homer Simpson as the genie, which is not as cool. I mean, I love Homer Simpson. I love the guy who does that, Dan Castellaneta. But I don't.
At least they didn't use the guy in Beetleborg's Flabber, who is trying to be a genie impersonator and Elvis impersonator at the same time. And so
God, I remember that. It was awful.
At least they didn't do that.
Another impression.
That's just disrespectful. But I mean, what do you guys think about like Disney breaking these kind of promises? Like, is this, and what if, would it be okay? This whole thing, like the concept of the app is great, you know, trying to help people out and everything. But what I'm asking is, what exactly would it take? Would it take him not being the genie? You know, like not voicing the genie in the app, would that make it this okay?
Well, why don't you start, since we've been kind of yapping over you for a bit.
I don't mind. You're all making sense anyway. I guess if they made a promise, they should stick to the promise, even though they own the character or whatever, right? They promised, they should stick to it.
Well, so was the promise that they don't directly sell his character or something? Because what it sounds like is that they're using it, but they're not like specifically like, I don't know. It doesn't sound like it's a direct misuse, but I don't know.
They were supposed to use him and his character to promote the movie and to get money. They weren't supposed to use him for money. He was doing it for the kids.
Yeah. I guess it's a case of Disney turning something that was basically art done by Robin Williams into junk food.
Yeah, he didn't want them to use his fame, being Robin Williams, to sell the movie.
He doesn't want them to be lulled into spending money because
and that's what started like A-list actors starring in films.
Yes, and I remember, I believe it was the guy who, his name is Billy, I forget his last name, but he starred as the main guy from Futurama. Billy.
I don't know the actor, but Fry is the character. But
yeah, Fry Billy. I don't know what Fry Billy. Oops. No, don't kill little Billy.
Billy.
Okay.
No, yeah, but the whole
Billy West is his name. Okay. So he said that the difference between Will Smith in that Shark Tales movie that he was in versus like Robin Williams and Mike Myers and Eddie Murphy is because he thought that they understood character from a vocal perspective, and Will Smith was just another celebrity who just didn't do a voice.
But yeah, that kind of makes sense. Like Will Smith's character in Shark Tale was literally Will Smith embodied in a fish, pretty much, as to where like the genie and other characters he does, and like same with Eddie Murphy and whatnot. Those are kind of characters that they kind of personify, that they make.
Eddie Murphy does the same voice though. He does a voice, but it's the same voice for every character he does. Like the dragon for Mulan.
Oh, with Eddie Murphy?
It's Donkey. It's just Donkey. It's all Donkey.
Donkey.
Well, yeah, same voice but different character behind it. Like if one's talking, you can tell the difference based on the way they're talking, kind of, you know.
But it's all Donkey.
By the way, I just got a message. You're gonna love this. I should say this, but I forgot to turn my phone to do not disturb. And I got a text message from my dad that's in a group text to me and my mom, and he says, without context, I have lotion.
Wow.
Dad, is there something you want to tell me?
No, there isn't something you want to know.
It's more info in Proper's life there.
There's something you don't want to know.
There's nothing that could have warranted this. I know
we're going to have to follow up.
I'm going to have to ask him. No.
Don't ask. Jesus, if you were smart,
just ignore it.
This is
leave it alone.
Just put the phone down and don't respond, or just say, "Okay, whatever." Don't
Curiosity killed the cat, Proper.
Yeah. Speaking of cat, look at this fat ass.
Oh, that's cute.
I know it's a picture, but I say hi to it anyway.
He's just chilling. If I pet him for a few seconds, he's cool. Then he's not, but he's declawed, so it's cute.
Well, there were. Anyways.
I was trying to get us onto a better point than you're in the lotion.
Stupid lotion. Okay, so aside from the theme park stuff, we have a couple other announcements that I want to go through real quick from the Disney D23 Expo. Black Panther has a release date now. That's good news. They're officially a part of Phase 4 of the MCU. Cool. I'm cool with that. She-Hulk gets a series, so it's like a female Hulk. Like female Thor wasn't good enough, so.
Are we in year 11 or 12 of the MCU?
I don't care. It's done.
It's almost no. I'm saying it's almost a teenager. Like the MCU is almost a teenager. Yeah, it's just a. It's almost.
It's going through. Oh, I see.
It's growing up. In a couple years, it'll be 18 and doing drugs and shit. So. Right
it's now becoming an annoying adult.
Yes, right now it's taking on a cause. And it's trying to figure out that cause. Hey, man, we're gonna fight for rights. It's doing
the MCU going through puberty.
It's going through an 11-year-old stoner phase right now.
Nobody likes kids from the age of 10 to 18. No one likes them.
No. Birthdays don't matter either until then. So.
11-year-old stoner though, Rookie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
Well, this is something that we're going to get into the Star Wars stuff right now.
We're going to get into it now.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, just a second there, but Emma Stone is Cruella de Vil. That's interesting. I thought it was interesting. That's just me.
See, the thing is, like villains getting their own movies. Cruella de Vil doesn't need a movie.
Yeah. I mean, but
it's the same with Maleficent. Maleficent didn't need her own movie.
But it was very well received. People liked it.
I liked it, but it wasn't necessary, and the story completely changed how you perceive the character. Maleficent was just this pure evil witch woman who just wanted to destroy, but now she's this sympathetic character.
Got a tragic backstory.
They keep making villains have these tragic, sympathetic backstories.
Well, I think it started with Wicked, with the Wizard of Oz.
Well, the thing was about with the Oz film that they did with her was that she snapped. There's a difference. There's a difference between having a character sort of have this sad, tragic backstory.
No. Wicked wasn't the Oz story that with James Franco and Mila Kunis. It was a different one.
Oh, okay.
It was a musical, and it was a very well-loved musical.
Cool.
It's probably why people liked it more.
I mean, I haven't seen it.
Never heard of it.
South Park make fun of it,
Right.
Uh-huh.
And
on the way to that blowjob place.
I can't believe that I just heard that from the Rookie Critic. My gosh, I thought you were clean.
I am on my channel, but it's weekend bullshit. I mean,
it's free reign here.
Fair enough. And also the Lady and the Tramp trailer, which I haven't watched yet.
It's again to that thing where, like
photorealism with the dogs. Like I want to see, like if I wanted to see something about a talking dog, I would have watched that shitty Tim Allen movie from 10 years ago.
They could have done a Homeward Bound type thing, but just have real dogs and like make them eat spaghetti. Just and have actors' voices go over it, and then let's go around town. Just walk around.
Are they using real dogs and animating their faces, or are they animating the entire dog?
I haven't seen a damn frame from it.
Either way, that's kind of weird too.
But we can look at it right now. Let's look at it.
I think they're only animating their legs.
What? Oh, okay. So the rest of them is a real dog.
All right.
They took the torsos of dogs and walked them around.
Just
my God, no.
They are using real dogs and animating their faces.
That looks creepy.
Why?
No.
Oh my God. That's so disturbing.
It makes me want to never eat spaghetti again.
God.
So
I mean,
What the?
here's the thing about animation, okay? Animation gives room for the imagination to go, oh, that's a cute story, but it's not ridiculous.
well,
It's
and
not
they can
ridiculously
and they can make it look pretty. You know, they make it look animated and different. That just looks like two dogs in a restaurant. Like
the thing about these Disney movies. Remaking them so that they looks like it real doesn't really
in a way,
engage.
they're doing the exact opposite of what Disney was best at.
Yeah.
Disney was best
Yeah.
at like making colors pop and bringing song into the story and bringing things to life. Like I hate musicals, but every now and then Disney has their songs. As a kid, that can make you interested in what's going on.
There was more magic in the animated versions of these films, the cartoon versions of these films, than there is in just remaking it with real freaking dogs.
I'm surprised they're actually calling it Lady and the Tramp still. I don't know.
I don't know, maybe
I don't know.
it's stupid.
Yeah.
Well, they think
No.
lady is sexist and tramp is sexist, probably, and then
Why
lady,
do
she's a woman.
Why do they think that we want this at all? I don't understand. Every single dog movie where they've used real dogs has never gone anywhere. Ever. Where they name a dog movie that they use real dogs that that you've watched several times and that you love.
When I was
Old
younger,
Yeller.
Homeward Bound, Old Yeller, yeah. What's another good one?
Animated bullshit that they do.
Well, they didn't do any animated.
No one has done animated bullshit like that.
There are movies.
I mean, there are, but
They
But
suck.
we're talking about one. We're
Oh,
talking about ones where they don't do that.
Yeah. Stuart Little, that worked.
Okay.
Okay.
Nathan Lane.
I feel like that's the kind of the timing of when that was, but anybody that watched now that never saw it before, I don't think it'd be received as
Michael
bright.
J. Fox as Stuart Little.
No, but I'm saying the visuals, like the talking mouse and the cats. The cats talking was kind of weird.
The only
Well,
dog movie I like is Turner and Hooch.
That's a great one. Did not use any of that animated shit. It was great. It was one of my favorites with Tom Hanks. Canine was another good one, except the dog lives. Spoiler alert. Not really.
There are dog movies, plenty, but it's when they animate their faces on the screens for kids.
No, I agree. Like Air Bud, the first Air Bud, I don't think they animated nothing. It was a dog. But then they added animation
in that movie.
No, but I'm saying then later with the stupid puppy ones, they make them. We talk now. Like, don't do that to an animal. No one wants to see your Who would want to have their actual animal? Hey, I'm talking to you now, or something.
Well,
I would be freaked.
It's funny when you do it with your own pets, right? When you walk around and you make your own pet talk.
What if the squirrel on the sidewalk was just like, "Hey, miss, what's up, babe?" or something.
I love how you said pet talks instead of TED Talks. It was.
Mm-hmm.
I would watch that.
Okay, yeah.
No.
I didn't understand what the hell
Now
you were saying.
Now we know who the audience is for.
No, TED Talks. TED Talks. No.
I got it now.
No, we get it. We get it.
First.
Yep.
It's funny. Ha ha. Everybody laugh in the chat.
Yep. Type haha, everybody. Type haha.
Type haha in the chat. See, it's funny. They're laughing.
I'm gonna stick with the old original Lady and the Tramp because that one had a heart and a soul. The new stuff is being made in a lab.
The thing is, especially with the cartoon stuff, is they put the people who are making the cartoon put so much heart and so much love into what they're creating because they love what they do. Their animators love what they do, and so there's love there. But when you're the CGI should only be used to make little fixes. It shouldn't be used to make up an entire film.
Well, I said, Lord of the Rings was a perfect type of movie to put something like that in because whenever they use it, they mixed it well enough. Yeah, there are some areas where, of course, it doesn't look as good, but it's it still works there regardless. If they tried to do something real with it, if they tried to do a real ghost with a human that they just try to make them glow, that'd be weird. So CGI works there.
Real life ghost, guys.
Yeah.
CGI should be makeup for a movie, not Botox.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good analogy. I did not think of it like that. That's a
basically
good
it.
one.
That's a fantastic analogy, and
Good one.
I'm gonna
You're
take
welcome.
a second to. to
I
read-
dedicate it to Sean Stackhouse.
Stop putting Botox in our movies, guys.
Yeah, stop.
no more Botox. We will not stand for this.
You can't use CGI to create art. It's the thing. Cartoons are artists drawing out something.
Yeah.
Well,
CGI.
I'd say you could still use CGI to make art, but when you're recreating art, especially ones that were, then no, because I think you could still do it with the art, and as CGI, but just in a different way. It has to, like, for some space movies, some can be really good that way.
Well, yeah, designing like planets and Milky Ways and
Milky Ways.
Like that.
Milky Ways, like the actual
solar systems. That took a minute. I'm okay. Galaxies, solar systems, fun stuff like that.
Yes.
Why am I here?
I'm gonna catch up a little bit with the chat, and then
Proper, say something dumb again.
I'll probably will in the meantime. Ryan RKAPA says, "I'm from Indiana, bro. I've been there," referring to Cedar Point. The only thing I can't get there is an autograph from a man in a Donald Duck suit. Yep, pretty much. I agree 100%. Yeah, like 400 hours queuing up for one ride. Oh, yeah, Disney. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Marvel could make such a great thing, have the opportunity to choose your weapon from the OG6 and maybe Winter Soldier guns. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. If we're referring to the Spider-Man ride, that'd be great. Will said, when I went to Florida 25 years ago, it was Busch Gardens, Epcot, Disney World / Land. Can never remember which is which. They had some okay rides, but they weren't as epic as I was expecting. Yeah, 25 years ago, the precedent for roller coasters, not the same, because roller coasters are fucking awesome, and only Cedar Point does it right. Doesn't matter what you do with Knott's Berry Farm or Kings Island or any of that. Doesn't matter. No. They suck.
So when they get the Game of Thrones theme park, that's just going to be like what? Just some Renaissance.
Should have been done 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Too late.
When I said Milky Ways, I meant the chocolate bar.
Yep.
I said that. I said that.
No, you didn't. Total lies.
I said the chocolate bar.
With the lie proper. It's not honorable to lie like that.
Mm-hmm. Got to earn back your honor.
Timon said, you have got to go to Beto Carreiro World here in Brazil. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind if I ever go to Brazil. But that's
when I'm over.
That's far away from me, but I'm not gonna, say never say never.
Mm-hmm.
What were you saying, Miss?
Nothing.
Okay. Ryan said, I would love a female superheroes theme park where the goal is to avoid being called misogynist and dodge the Me Too movement. Yeah.
Oh,
that's it.
Mara Jade would not fare very well over there.
Yeah. I'm gonna skip down a bit. Superfan Adam Shawhan is here. It says, look at the talent on this stream. Yes, you got Stig Kenobi over there. You got MissSarcasticNerd down there, and down there in the corner. Trying to point to it right. Yeah, that is Jeff, the Rookie Critic, the Rookster himself.
Indeed.
I
got Midnight Edge.
Binge watch on the toilet.
Midnight Edge was like, I'm not laughing earlier.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I'm gonna skip down a bit. I try to acknowledge everyone, but let's try to acknowledge some things that are a little bit more.
You're gonna be like, but none of you were interesting enough.
After dark.
Right.
Hi, Midnight's Edge after dark.
Yeah, there is more talent in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
God, why do you do this?
That was a stab.
He goes hardcore, man.
He's just kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Sure is.
Probably, he will probably say that I was rolling it the wrong way.
It was pretty weak, You weren't even very committed on that one.
What?
You're just like, gotta be firm, and then
damn it,
big roll
all right.
up there.
Right, fine. There we go. All right, it's hard to...
And this is like, I'll try not to laugh.
Hard
Try
not
not
to
to
win
laugh.
this one. I don't know. I know, Tom.
Oh yeah.
I know. All right. So we're gonna go on to something else. So this was kind of interesting. I'm gonna go back to screen sharing in just a moment here. So one thing I want to bring up, so we can get back to the Star Wars stuff. There's a few different things to talk about. So first off, the Obi-Wan Kenobi series was confirmed for this week, and along with a lot of things. This one says Obi-Wan, Lizzie McGuire join Disney Plus platform. And can I just say, never in a million years could I have ever envisioned a headline that Obi-Wan and Lizzie McGuire in the same damn headline. This will never happen again.
Are they going to be living in an apartment together and trying to deal with the exiled Jedi and the old movie, the old TV star from the early 2000s?
Will she be her cartoon self?
That'd be even better without Guinness.
The ones who have come and gone.
Kenobi will be like, "Come here, little one. Don't be afraid." Then they go to his cabin.
No, they're not together in the same thing. Lizzie McGuire's getting her own show. Well,
Yeah, but the way it's labeled is very weird. Like Obi-Wan and Lizzie McGuire both join now.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan is stuck in a high school with Hilary Duff.
No, he's got Obi-Wan's looking for a survived Padawan learner, so he's got to go to this high school class with Lizzie McGuire as her brother or something and find out who it is.
Oh my God, guys! I'm like a Jedi now.
Oh God.
Reminds me of someone.
That'd be kind of funny if they did that with like Raven or something. That'd be kind of funny.
That would be great. Raven. I love how you say that's so Raven. That's fine, but Lizzie McGuire. No, we can't have that.
One's funnier than the other, you know.
One's a bit funnier than the other. I never watched the
Lizzie McGuire just by name with Obi-Wan is funny, but Raven would be funnier.
He writes its own thing, you know.
She just keeps seeing the future, and it's just.
Did you do it? Also, we're gonna call it Lizzie 1.
That'd be a good matchup. They both have superpowers, you know, and then they can both fight crime together. She'll see the future, and then Obi-Wan will try to stop it. You know, that's.
Does she have a catchphrase? I can't remember her catchphrase.
Oh snap!
Probably.
I think that's it.
So, anyways, Hilary Duff is reprising a grown-up version of the character. I wonder how that's going to work with the cartoon aspect.
I can't remember how old she is, but she can't be in college.
No, she's older than that. No, she's older than that. When I was a kid, she was like at
30.
least 16 or something.
She's 30 years old?
Yeah.
She's
an old woman.
Okay, she's 31. Okay, so
she's an old woman.
She could be a mom. So she could be a mom in her own show.
I think she had some work done, but you know that's besides the point. We're not supposed to be criticizing that, you know.
We're not supposed to be.
It's not how she looks. It's not Botox.
She looks a bit different from what she used to. Okay.
She did not successfully look like a college student, so I don't know what they're gonna do with her.
Make her an adult. I guess that's what they're gonna do.
But no kid's gonna want to watch her be a mom.
Oh,
you can't surround her being a mom.
Wait. So finish.
It's not targeted. It's not targeted towards like.
It's Disney Plus. Disney.
Like, what if Miley Cyrus just continued to only make kid stuff? You know? That wouldn't be marketed. I'm pretty sure her latest music and stuff isn't marketed for children. So.
Just like
30
years from now, a 60-year-old Hilary Duff is still in high school.
Well, she could be working as a janitor or something.
Yeah.
It's at the same school. It's about a new generation. So stupid.
She got really held back so far. She's really stupid. Her brother teaches there.
Of course, oh god! And so this article goes on a couple of different ones.
Everybody's talking about Darth Ray in the chat.
I mean, God, they need to reboot Caillou.
No, fuck that. Fuck that.
They should
Caillou.
reboot the Rescue Rangers.
Alpha Mardotia says Obi-Wan obviously teaches on older high school and teaches Lizzie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Obi-Wan and Luke looking for love in all the wrong places.
Hillary Duff's still a better choice as a Jedi than Brie
That's what I
Larson.
was thinking. Yeah, she's still. I prefer her over Brie Larson.
The little cartoon was actually Qui-Gon speaking to her through the Force.
Some deep lore.
I bet you the chick from That's So Raven would totally do a reboot of that show.
No, That's So Raven actually is doing her own right now, like a continuation, I think.
Really?
And same with like
Must be
Boy Meets
awful.
World. They're doing these weird continuations of the old shows now.
Yeah, but Girl Meets World was shitty at first, but it was good. It was actually not bad.
I have not seen Girl Meets World.
I haven't
All
either,
you
but
guys
I
have.
was surfing the channels and I saw Corey and Topanga, and I'm like, what the hell? And they had
that
like
was the
kids, and I was like, oh, they have a new one. Okay, well, whatever.
That was years ago, though. But they started that, and it was a
I
big
don't
deal.
know. I just randomly stumbled upon it recently.
But yeah, I mean, it's not uncommon.
Point being that they're doing them as older characters and having their kids be in their show and whatnot nowadays.
It was actually, I think it was done really well. They had some annoying characters.
I wouldn't be surprised if in 3 years they did Sweet Life of Zack and Cody returns, and they're both like 25 or something, and they're still at the hotel with their mom. And it's
they're not at the hotel though. They were on the cruise ship. And they graduated.
No, but you're missing the point. They would have just gone back to the roots because derp. Like, why not?
They're the janitors now.
Yeah, they're the.
They work at the hotel now.
One twin,
like
the smart twin runs the hotel, and the dumb twin is the janitor.
It could be that they'd switch the roles. And, yeah.
I can't remember the name of the one where they're on the ship. I can't remember that one.
Sweet Life on Deck.
Sweet Life on Deck. Okay, I couldn't remember what it was. I was like, Cruise Life? Zack and Cody? What was it called? No, but like the next one is going to be like
Sweet Life in Space. Sweet Life in Star Wars Land. You know,
Sweet
Galaxy's
Life
Edge.
in Air.
Sweet Life in Galaxy's Edge or something.
Sweet Life in Air Force One.
Well, there's going to be a lot more where this came from. Apparently, they're also going to have a new.
Sweet Life on Food.
There's going to be a High School Musical series. Something that should have been done 15 years ago.
Are they getting Zac Efron back?
No.
God, he's like 30 something now, 40.
No, new people.
Maybe he's a teacher. Ooh. He hates
Well, they can
that.
use Hillary Duff if she's still in high school anyway.
Oh Jesus! Let's High School Musical, the series.
They should get the
High
cast
School
of
Musical, the musical, the series.
They should get the cast of Game of Thrones. Cast of Game of Thrones to be High School Musical.
What the fuck is this?
Star Wars.
It's a mockumentary web television series for Disney Plus. What the? Okay, are there like old cast members? No, some guy named Ricky, whoever the gives a fuck. All right, all these old people that no one cares about.
Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. Star Wars, the movie.
Yeah, no returning members. So it's just like, what the fuck is this? I have no idea. I don't care. I never liked High School Musical. The fact that they took this long to do this is ridiculous and stupid. So, fuck it. I don't care.
Proper. We're all in this together.
Get out.
See, that's what I'm saying. They'd reboot it as Game of Thrones. They'd kill people, but they'd sing. It's like, that'd be dumb, but people would go see it even if they hate it.
It's like that episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer where they were singing.
Yeah, kind of like that, I
all
guess.
the time. It's just all the time.
Yeah.
But the one that I'm very excited for is definitely Diary of a Female President.
Oh my god, I want to talk about this.
A comedy
Yes.
series about a Cuban American girl's middle school experience and her path to becoming the U.S. president. Spoiler alert, it happens. I'm still with her.
See, that actually doesn't sound too far fetched because they made I Have a Date with the President's Daughter back in the day.
I love that.
And stuff. That was a good old one from back then. So that seems right in there.
How to suck you in with that, though. Spoiler alert, it happens. Oh, well, then I don't have to watch the show, do I? It happens.
Oh, yeah, I'm saying that she becomes the
president.
I don't watch this for 6 fucking years just to see how it happens.
What if they subvert our expectations, though?
No,
and then they have a Donald Trump kid.
No, but that's why it's 6 years, right? It doesn't happen the first election, but then it happens the second one.
So it's going to be a 5-year-long season or 6 seasons or
it
something.
could be an 8-season arc. Whatever. I said
have a middle schooler to be Bernie Sanders or something.
Have a little Bernie Sanders.
A little Ted Cruz, a mini Ted Cruz.
This is how
like
the world.
Benjamin Button.
You could totally tell that they planned this like 4 years ago.
Yeah, they're like, ooh, she didn't win.
Oopsies. What do we do now?
I love that title. I love that pretentious title. It's an amazing title. It stands out. It says, "There's never going to be a female president, so we're making a show about it happening."
Yeah, that's where you can experiment with stuff because.
Yeah.
And then, but you know what? The best thing about Hillary losing is that some other girl can now be the first female president instead of that pretentious.
That's a good point.
You know what?
Yes.
That's all I will say. But
Mara Jade in the chat's like, "Diary of a Female President." The fuck?
No, but watch. This girl also believes in socialism, and then she implements it, and then America is about fairies and rainbows and unicorns.
Yeah, and then the sequel is based on the whole
Rookie Nudes. Give who? I'll give him. Oh, okay.
Give them.
Yeah, no problem, Lethal.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Imagine what would happen if they brought back the Jonas Brothers.
Oh, there would be.
Oh, wait.
Violence.
See, I wouldn't. God, you guys, I would not be surprised if they came back in a show as some type of medieval knights, but they sing too. I'm serious. They would. We're the Jonas Brothers. And then
the 3 musical tears.
Yep. Mm-hmm. 3 musical tears, exactly. And I like the tears part. Tears.
I love this. At least Disney is not going to bring back Sky High, The House of Mouse and Gargoyles. You know what?
Sky High was all right.
Sky High had fucking Kurt Russell's Your Dad. What?
That one was okay.
That was awesome. That was a great standalone movie, which it should stay.
It was a weird little one, but
See, I like Nickelodeon shows and Cartoon Network. I never really liked Disney shows as a kid.
Yeah, the Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network were much more creative with their shows, for sure.
Yeah, Mara, that's a real thing.
The fuck? I'm here to just go what the hell is this?
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
Now, this is the dumbest thing on earth, and it's also just so precious because it's going to fail, and I love it.
You see, they should have released this after Donald Trump was president, though, just right after. That would have been people would have clamored for it. Oh no, this is the future we wanted, but we didn't get. So let's watch.
We wanted a middle schooler Cuban girl as president.
No, but you see, that's the thing too. They could cast somebody that's likable, maybe, in the show.
True. That's very true.
Instead of making a mini Hillary or something, that would have been a very good idea.
She becomes president of her school, right? That she becomes class president or something stupid.
I'm going to set up the dance better than anyone ever else before.
Well, no, because it mentions, Tess Romero plays Elena with Gina Rodriguez producing and guest starring as the adult version. So, this is the dad. Yeah, this is going to be the female president. Also, can I just say one good thing? Just one good thing about this. The World According to Jeff Goldblum. Why the fuck wasn't this a series already? Why wasn't this already a thing in which the actor explores such things as sneakers, ice cream, and synchronized swimming?
So he
What
there's
the?
so many.
You can only get so much of him at once. You know, he's good in short bursts. They made a whole show for him. They get old pretty quick.
That's why he was so great in Jurassic Park.
Yeah, because they cut away from him. But they cut back to him injured, just like blah, blah, blah. And then like, yeah, okay, cut away. All good.
Oh God.
Let's go faster. Okay,
But-
let's go.
But of course, let's talk about the Star Wars of the evening, which is let's talk about the Obi-Wan series. So apparently, it's going to be taking place 8 years after Revenge of the Sith. And it's going to be a six episode mini series, as they called it. That's going to be available on Disney Plus. Not yet, but I think in the next year or so. So I just want to get everyone's take on where is Obi-Wan going to be in 8 years after cutting off ties per se with Anakin, to say it lightly, and all of that happening. Where do you think Obi-Wan is going to be? Are you excited about? And I know I talked about this a little bit last week about what you thought about him being on Disney Plus. Anyways, but Ewan McGregor is going to be returning, and my personal opinion is that is amazing. That is something that we wanted. We wanted him in movie form, but I think it's better that that we have him here on Disney Plus than not at all. So let me just pass this question off to everybody in the chat and to my panelists. Where do you think Obi-Wan is going to be in 8 years?
We wanted a Kenobi film before all of this crap happened with Disney. And when they said they weren't doing it, I was kind of like, okay, good. I don't want you to do it. I leave Obi-Wan alone. Don't touch him.
Leave him alone.
Don't touch Obi-Wan.
I've started reading the old Kenobi novel from the old EU, and I'm wondering if they're gonna borrow a lot of stuff from that, because it reads like a Western. It's like in a small settlement, and there's farmers being attacked. There's a cantina owner. There's a doctor. It's like a small Western town, and they're being harassed by sand people.
Was that the Mandalorian or the Obi-Wan one?
No, a novelization.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the old EU novel called Kenobi. It was one of the last EU novels released. I'm wondering if they're gonna steal a lot from that, because it certainly would do well as a miniseries, that book. But like Miss said, so far every character George Lucas created that Disney has touched so far has been ruined beyond repair, and there's no reason to believe that won't happen with Kenobi as well.
Well, they didn't ruin Darth Vader in Rogue One.
No, they did it in Rebels. Turn him into a retard, to be honest.
Letting people escape. Yeah.
Yeah, letting them escape and then making dumbass choices.
Just make sure you don't choke on your aspirations.
Yeah.
That's kind of a dumb line, I'll say.
Okay, it's a stupid line, but he wasn't ruined in the movies.
I'm just saying, it was a stupid line. That's all I said. I didn't say nothing else.
But the character wasn't ruined, per se.
No.
Apology accepted, Captain. That's silly.
Yeah.
It's
He
funny.
had silly lines. But in Rogue One. But the thing is that the story wasn't about him, so they couldn't ruin him.
Yeah, but
Also-
they dumbed him down so much in Rebels. He felt like a villain that would be hunting Smurfs and failing in every episode.
Yeah.
And that Rebels is canon, so
I don't know. Do people in the chat, do you guys agree with this? Because I thought Rebels wasn't bad like that, at least from the episodes that I've seen, the moments that I've seen.
Any of Rebels, so I can't touch on that. But
Okay.
I know.
I saw up to the end of season 2, and I kind of stopped caring. So, yeah. But as far as Obi-Wan goes, the Obi-Wan thing, the Kenobi, I read the Last of the Jedi book series, which I thought was pretty cool. Obi-Wan learns there's a Padawan that survived that used to be a rival with Anakin when they're in the stuff, and he pretty much sends him on a mission to go do some stuff and find some people, and in a way starts sowing some seeds for a rebellion, but didn't create it directly. But did some cool adventures there.
I won't and don't trust Disney to do anything with those characters to do them justice. But I'm not going to say that I want them to fail, that I want it to suck. That isn't the case with anything that's coming out by Disney. I just don't trust them to do the right thing.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay.
It's like the more they're around, the more they have a chance to put them in stupider situations, do stupid things to their characters. It's not worth seeing it personally. Like none of these new announcements, even for the Mandalorian, which looks good, it doesn't make me want to get the service for it. You know? Like it's like it looks okay, but it doesn't mean I'm going to get the service.
I don't like Disney. I won't give Disney money.
Well, so far the Disney canon has ruined the lore of the lightsabers, the Force, and space battles. So everything involving that just won't make any sense.
Yeah, when they have established ways that things work, and then they screw it up in a film, and then they can't really abide by a specific rule anymore.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, it makes it totally ridiculous.
But to be honest, the Mandalorian trailer looked cool.
It looked
does.
Yeah, certainly
It's cool.
does. But
Oh, I loved it.
I like the actors that they have in it.
oh yeah,
Pedro Pascal is
But
amazing.
they are very good at making things look cool.
Yes.
I
In the
would
trailer,
like to see Pedro Pascal play Zorro.
I've seen a good 3-minute clip, which was, I presume, in the pilot episode of the 10 that they're making for this one. Hopefully they renew it, unless they conclude it all at once. But my concern is not so much of what they're gonna do, but how they go about doing it, if that makes any sense.
Proper shut up, there's a kitty.
Say hi to Lucy.
Aww.
Lucy.
I have a dog named Lucy. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, my sister named these two kittens that are brother and sister, Lucy and Ricky, from I Love Lucy.
I knew a prostitute named Juicy Dish.
She's a long kitty. She's got like a huge, long tail right there.
Hi,
Aw.
kitty.
Can't hold her properly because she's got a long tail, long body. But yeah, she's a little stinker.
Proper left.
She's chewing on my shoelaces, so I was like, I can't stop it.
Hello, proper. I can't go get my pet. It takes too long.
Aw.
Yeah.
Aw.
Mhm.
Aw, kitty with a box that has no emoji. in
Yeah,
it.
see, so Miss, I'm on vacation and I'm watching my sister's cats, so
And going on streams, so I don't know if you can call it a vacation.
I call it a vacation because I'm not going to freaking Subway to do anything. That's my vacation. Thank you.
But the last thing that I want to talk about, seriously though, is what did you guys think of The Rise of Skywalker? Is Darth Rey going to be a thing? I know they call her Dark Rey. I call her Darth Rey because clearly no one knows. No one has watched the prequels. Everyone, those assholes on Twitter, they call it Dark Rey. Like, no, it's dark, not dark. Dark.
I'm pretty sure it's a Force vision because I don't think she'll have time to actually create a new lightsaber during the movie.
Well, I just don't even care what they do with her anyway. I mean, it's just like, okay, here she was and here she is.
The trailer was pretty much just look at how cool Star Wars used to be, right? For half the trailer and just
Oh yeah.
And
Pulling
watch
on
what
the
happened when we came in.
Yeah.
and then
Well,
it's
it's not
like
a trailer, right? It's a preview. It's not a trailer.
It's
Preview
a,
that
no,
we
it
did.
is a trailer.
even the Rey versus Kylo fight looked like a copy of Revenge of the Sith. It's like the same shot of Anakin and Kenobi on this little point.
Except it's in the ocean because we have run out of singular geographic places
I'm betting
for
you
entire
I'm
planet.
betting you that that's Mustafar. That they'll say just got really cold and turned into water now.
Oh, it's an environmental
So-
thing. Oh my
So I'm
god.
betting that because Starkiller Base it took the star out of its orbit, the heat is gone now, and now it's water or something.
Now it's an
Watch
ocean
that beat
planet
it.
like Hawk 2.
I hate that so much. I hate the
Watch that
Death
be
Star
it.
landing on that planet and being even slightly intact, one. And two, that it being intact at all to land on a planet.
I actually noticed a scene where the X-wings and the rebel ships just hyperspace into the atmosphere of a planet.
Mm-hmm.
In Episode 7, that was considered extremely dangerous and
Now it's just a
very
casual
difficult.
thing.
Yeah, very difficult to do, and only Han Solo could do it. And all of a sudden, it's no big deal. The whole fleet can do it.
Well,
And they watched Han Solo do it, so they downloaded the information through sight.
yeah, to be fair, I do agree that's stupid, but they do that in so many things all the time, and for a long time anyway. They'll make things that seem difficult before lessened, so that they can have new things to go down and make that seem like it's nothing. It's ridiculous that they do
They're
it.
misinterpreting.
Yeah,
They're misinterpreting like how when you in
yeah,
a movie when you show that this is where I have this gun, and later when someone uses it to kill the person, you know how they got the gun.
yeah.
That's
The
their-
smoking gun. Yeah.
The shot of the fleet of Star Destroyers, those weren't active. They were all dark. So it's basically a parking lot for a fleet of Star
I was about
Destroyers.
to say that would be
Right.
not a good formation to fly in. So you're the guy in the middle of all that, and it's like, oh shit, I got to worry about all these dudes. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, but it's taken from the old Thrawn novels. I
but
believe.
why would they all be? Why would they all be in a straight line, evenly in the sky?
Yeah,
Why would
Yeah,
they all be
do
like
that.
different levels? You don't need to be a direct line. That doesn't make
Yeah,
any sense to
did they
me.
show up in hyperspace like that? I can't remember.
Well, I
Did they
don't
No,
know.
no, they're basically parked in space.
But they showed the rebels
It's a hidden-
seemingly
it's a
in
hid-
different rows. But that doesn't make any sense. Why be a straight line in your formation completely?
Because J.J. Abrams doesn't know how space works.
Yeah, but they're not in formation. They're just stored. In space. It's a hidden fleet.
Regardless, you're in the air. It's like how to calculate it to just all be in line. It just didn't.
Yeah,
That
Yeah,
see,
that's true.
because nothing like that happened in the originals or in the prequels where you would think that way because they're usually in action or doing something. It's like nope, let's just park here.
J.J.
What-
Abrams-
Like we're all gonna go at light speed and land at the same.
Are you drifting, number 25? Nope, go up. You got to be in line directly, or it doesn't work. You'll break the whole formation. We're like,
Go
like
left
imagine-
by 3 centimeters.
yeah, we're like 300, but worse. So
No, right by 2 centimeters.
yeah,
Left by 1 centimeter.
yep. Well, watch that be in the movie or something. They're just like telling
Yeah.
you it's like 3
No,
minutes
but
screen
JJ
time. It says it's the longest one.
J.J. freaking Abrams. J.J. Abrams sees everything in just scenes. He was like, you know what would be cool? A bunch of Star Destroyers in rows. All of them equally the same size as each other. He doesn't think how it's possible to do that. He doesn't think about how impossible it is to actually do that. And he's just so stupid.
They could call it They could call it Row One, a Star Wars story.
Row one.
Just
Yep.
focus on the crew in the first row.
Ridiculously
Yeah, one row.
stupid. Somehow he's managed to fill this movie with dumb decision after dumb decision. Start Killer Base, that stupid scene is that dumb scene, and
The brilliant scene of all the planets being directly lined up together from all the way across, and it gets there within like 1 minute, and you can see it from others, and it's all not in orbit, and they suck out the star, which doesn't do any gravitational anything apparently, and everything to start with the problems that are wrong with it. We could go further into what's wrong, but
the entire galaxy witnessed that explosion. Do you know how hard it would be for us to see if Mars exploded?
mhm.
Especially on what time of day it was, depending on
Yeah.
what time on the Earth, what place in the Earth that you're in. If Mars exploded, we could be like, it could be happening underground for all we knew. It's just like,
No,
I
but
didn't
if
see
you
it.
were standing in the position where Mars is in the sky and it
It
exploded
would have to be
at night, you wouldn't see it. You wouldn't see it.
Yeah. Well, and it's,
Depending on the position, you can see
Maybe
it,
maybe
but
you
it
would
would
see a
just be
bright light.
it would
well,
just
the point.
if
The
it was
point being that the light takes a while to travel. So like even like with the sun, it would take a while to notice a difference in something happening to the sun with the way light travels with it. So
Yeah.
same with Mars, kind
The
of.
galaxy would not be able to witness that. Let alone the planets that are near it. There's so much space between planets.
I like how it's lined. They're all lined up as if like when you're a kid and you're like you go Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, and like he has it lined up. He has it lined up just like that. But even worse, they're all like next to each other. Not even like as to the star. They're just next to each other like that. And it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how it works. And it's like. No, that's not at all. And they're all in the direct line. And that now, again, the lines, what the hell? In space, they don't work like that.
Circular base moves, right? It moves to that system.
Mm-hmm.
No, it moved to it. No, it blew up a star from a different system, fired across the thing, and blew up the planets. It could have honestly just hit the star if it was going to do, but then it could just suck up the star. There's so many things. EFAP did this too. They're looking at how stupid it is. And yes, it's Star Wars and sci-fi, but God damn it, they make some things seem realistic with Star Wars-ish. They give you a basis for what's possible, even with their light speed and with the way they shoot lasers. They give rules for how they work, not just derp laser. And
there should be rules. There should be rules. If there are no rules, then you can do absolutely anything. Rey can fly to wherever Luke is on a space tricycle and shoot lasers out of her eyes.
What is this, E.T.?
Rita Repulsa on her
over the moon, like
Rita Repulsa has a flying tricycle. That's where Snoke is. Fire. And then,
there has to be rules. You have to be able to follow what's going on.
Yeah, because it adds to good storytelling. Because what the characters can't do is more important than what they can do.
Yes.
Yeah, true. The restrictions is what makes it interesting because there's always a problem or a difficulty. Like even with the Death Star, they made it clear that it travels slowly. It takes forever to charge, so they can't just quickly blow it up real quick. They got to be in the right position. It's got to be clear.
Oh yeah. And speaking of that, Indiana Jeremy says, if Starkiller Base swallows an entire star, how is it able to charge again?
How is it able to charge again? How are they able to exist on that planet?
Where did the other star come from?
The temperature would immediately drop to you can't live on it anymore type of thing. How would they
all just die?
Where would the atmosphere go on it? I mean, there'd still be gravity on their planet, but where would if there was water on it, what would happen? Why did they have to make it? They suck up a sun and then fire it out. I mean, honestly, they could have just said that they just take the rays from it and it doesn't destroy the sun or nothing. They just harness it like solar energy.
How is there snow?
That would have been something too.
How is there snow on that planet?
It's cold.
It was on the opposite side.
Fucking cold.
No, if it was on the opposite side of the star, that's fine, like a tidal lock or something. But see, I'm a huge space nerd, by the way, guys. So this stuff does bother me big time too. But
then you would probably have an issue with the entire Star Wars saga because every single planet is one geography. There's a desert planet.
Set rules for how their universe works and how their planet works. They make it clear that it's not just like us. Like that's why there's so many rocky.
Mars is just a desert planet.
It would have already been a failure with how many rocky planets there are.
The rule when reading fantasy or sci-fi is that treat everything as if it's our reality, unless when the author explains otherwise.
Like if they had it be that every planet has a giant chocolate mountain on it, that wouldn't make any sense in real life. But they have a rule that there's a chocolate mountain on every one or something. And I don't know if they screw up with that. If they screw up their lore and make that not chocolate flavored or something, well then they fucked up their own rules in their universe or something. There
has to be rules to a universe for us to be able to believe and follow it, to be a part of it. You can't.
Like Harry Potter, there's a lot of things you can point to that don't make sense realistically, but they set their rules for how they work. Like the way you pronounce the words is kind of affects it and whatnot. Yeah. Though it does seem like they kind of break it later when they don't really cast spells no more. They just kind of shoot them out whenever they want to, or when other people can use it, that seems to break their own
She
rules.
about that in the book. I think she mentions that in the book.
Yeah, one of the most important characters in a fantasy or sci-fi story is the setting or the fantasy world itself. If that's not believable within its own framework, everything else falls apart. Because the framework is what keeps the picture
And
intact, right?
with the addition of the characters being impossibly just
Yeah,
unbelievable to follow in any sense with how their characters work. Like Finn's interactions with everybody and his past and how he was brought up does not make sense to how his character is in the world. How would he know what a relationship is?
I'm a space janitor. You got a boyfriend?
Yeah.
How would he know what a boyfriend is?
I grew up in a place where you're brainwashed all the time. You single?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
How would he know what that is?
And they even contradict themselves in the new movies, because in the first movie it's established that Finn can't pilot a ship, which is why he frees Poe, because he needs a pilot. Plot point. Then episode 8 happens and he can pilot anything.
Yeah,
so apparently he just learned it while in coma.
he was supposed to die.
Yep.
But then JJ was just like, it just happened that Oscar Isaac's like, hey, I've been killed up in the last 3 movies. Is it okay if I live in this one?
Who cares? Sean Bean. He dies in every single thing he's ever in. So
you didn't see him begging for a spot in 2 and 3 of Lord of the Rings.
Use it like Sean Bean. It's a badge of honor. It's a badge of
to be
honor.
honest,
He killed all
Sean Bean was actually into.
Yeah, he was into. I was going to say that he is into.
Yeah, flashback scene.
Yeah, for flashbacks. Sean Bean's into 2 Towers for flashbacks.
Oh, right, yeah.
Footage that he was already
and 3. He is also in 3.
Barely, but it's all from the first one.
My point was that Poe or Oscar Isaacs, or whatever the hell, could grow the hell up with his characters being dead. Maybe if he was more interesting, see, that could be a compliment. Like Sean Bean makes an impactful death whenever he's usually killed.
Yeah, but this is before like Luke, Han, or Leia ever show up in the movie, so that's why he's like, I don't know, it'd be nice if I had a scene with them or something. I don't know.
But that's what we're saying is that that doesn't make sense based on things established, and especially on that planet. I think you get sucked in. There are all these holes in the desert or whatever, and that's where their ship landed.
And it's never explained. It's never explained, and that bothers me too. But any final thoughts on the actual episode 9 trailer itself? The poster?
I don't think we talked about it at all. I think we just talked about Force Awakens at the start.
I think so. But if we could just, if we could just briefly talk about the Rise of Skywalker trailer, and Mary Mayhem brought up, had a video posted that is something that I've been preaching for a while. She said, what would it take to make episode 9 great? What would it take to bring us back? And it was all about, this negativity that's presented itself throughout this whole ordeal with the Phantom Menace. And I understand that a lot of people are upset in the Phantom Menace about how the way Lucasfilm has been treating people like us, or people who were disenfranchised fans, or whatever you want to call it. And I've been saying that, I feel like there's this 14,605,000 chance that episode 9 is great. What would it take to have in there? Mary had a whole video explaining that, and she lost subs and everything, but some, but she's also, to me, she gained respect for her integrity and just being like, hey, listen, we're not all the same here. So
nothing wrong with her expressing her opinion, even if I don't always agree, right? It's allowed to disagree, and it's a good thing, because if everyone agrees, you'll never have a discussion.
And it's boring.
I love Mary. Absolutely love her. She's amazing. But she loves Disney. She's always loved Disney. Disney has been her brand and the thing that she has cared about. I am not a Disney fan. I'm not someone who goes, oh, I want to see what the next movie. Disney is talking about, Disney is making. It's not something I've ever been interested in. So Disney fucking up time and time again for the past 3 years or so does not make me have any trust in Disney at all, especially with how they've destroyed the movie. If they manage to make a good Star Wars movie, a really good one that can bring back the fans together, good for them for finally doing the right thing. And the only reason they would do it is because, oh well, I guess we're not getting money because of this. Let's turn it around, which they won't do, and which J.J. Abrams won't do, because J.J. Abrams is a horrible director. I'm sorry, that's my opinion. I don't like J.J. Abrams. I don't trust J.J. Abrams to make a good film. He clearly has no idea how space works, seen by his trailers, as we've said. He's never understood how space works. This movie is going to be disappointing, I think. But maybe they'll surprise us. Maybe.
I can't see it work as long as 8 is still canon, because there's so much crap in 8 that will have ripple effects.
See, to me, even if they made it non-canon, we still had to watch it. So still
Yeah.
damage regardless.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't hate it. I don't hate Disney. I don't want them to fail at making this movie, but I don't care if they make it.
As a standalone Star Wars movie, it certainly might be okay, but it's part of a trilogy, and a trilogy is one story, and a story is the sum of all its parts. And if one of them are terrible, then the whole trilogy suffers.
Yeah, I use the shitty sandwich analogy here, where if you have Force Awakens, which is your bread, it's kind of plain, it's whatever, tastes okay, not that great, not that bad, it's all right. You got the patty, and you drop it on the ground, you step on it, you take a shit and piss on it. Oh, you try to clean it off with some soap even if you want to, throw that on there, and then you put the top bun on. It's not going to be a good sandwich. Even if that top, it has garlic and butter and stuff, you still want to take a bite out of that sandwich? I mean, not likely. So,
you put it in a pretty little package.
Yeah, you say sorry, even it's still not really going to taste good though. It's like
you give them half off on the sandwich.
Do what you want. It's not going to taste very good. So I don't know. With me, because the other two I didn't enjoy them. I don't care to even see this next one. So I'm not even going to give it that chance. I'm not going to spend all my time ripping on it without seeing it. But I'm not really going to see it. So
service is always a great analogy for this stuff.
I guess it's like someone pissed in the soup, and now they're serving us a fresh bowl from the same pot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like to say that it's just. I hate us to keep using analogies over and over again, different ones. But I said this to someone else on Twitter who kept changing the analogy, but it was, you're going to your favorite restaurant and they have this new food out and it sucks ass. You hate it, but you like the old food, but they get mad at you for ordering the old food and refusing to buy the new stuff.
Yeah.
And they kick you out and say you can't come back and call you a racist for not eating their new
So you took the potatoes analogy from Alex Becker.
You know what? I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is.
It's okay. All of those old videos have been deleted now, so they may as well be yours.
From my final point on it is like episode 9 by itself could be an objectively decent film on its own, maybe, but I don't care. It's just
they lost a customer.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't matter already to me because I don't care about who you got there. To me, the whole series is already pretty much wrapped up and done enough, and since then they've added new things to different timelines within it, and I just don't need to see this. I don't care what they conclude with this. It doesn't feel like the cinematic ending to this whole saga. We already kind of had that, what it felt like. So this is just, it's already done. Here's some extra shit on the side,
Yeah, I totally feel that, and
even if it's tastier shit with some Lysol and everything, it doesn't mean it'll taste.
It's like
like you spray Lysol on your Subway sandwiches, Rookie. Is that what you do? Is that what you do?
I'm not telling our Subway secrets. You don't know.
Is it the new characters I've never seen anyone root for the new characters.
I
It's
have.
like everyone want to see Luke and Han and Lando and Chewie, right? Nobody that I've spoken to really cares about what happens to Rey or Poe or Finn.
We'll say a lot of people at Star Wars Celebration beg to differ because they really
Yeah.
are invested in these characters in different ways. One guy that I talked to, the SJW, which I said I was going to make a video on in April, but I figured that I'm going to make this more towards when episode 9 is going to be released. So,
Well,
and
you're
it's
going
funny,
to transition.
and it's what?
Nothing.
Hmm?
Nothing.
So then you finish.
Okay, fine. But you know, I do intend on releasing like my experience with an SJW. And he said like Palpatine's my favorite character because he talked that way. Like clearly,
Oh my god.
I feel like you're holding back.
I am holding back something. When he said that, he's just typical SJW. Just.
Wait, his favorite character is a toxic white male.
Yeah, and a
And it
capitalist.
came from a brown guy. I'm not kidding. Like it's
Speaking
like
of funny, ridiculous
like
stuff.
my favorite character. So I was like so happy about that. Like I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. And I'm just like, dude, you don't speak for us gay guys. Like I'm not into old white dudes like you are. I'm sorry. That's what he sounded like. That's what he sounded like. That's the impression that I got. I don't know why Palpatine was his favorite character that day, but he seemed like he was a shill, and he recognized that there was a problem in Lucasfilm. But you know what? At the end of the day, I'm going to reveal all of that when I eventually, release the video that I made.
Secret sex tape of proper Jeremy.
No, it didn't lead to that.
Okay, good.
But anyways, I want to get any final thoughts on episode 9.
I said what I had to say.
All right.
I hope for everyone who wants to see it that it ends up being as good as they hoped it would be by all means. But I'm just feeling apathy about it. It's just I just don't care, and it shouldn't be like that with Star Wars, should it? It should be like a huge event.
We want to care. We want to care.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm actually more looking forward to the old EU books I ordered on eBay. You know,
Yeah.
really looking forward to that because those books felt like Star Wars movies. I'll watch the.
Look at this motherfucker right here. This motherfucker right here.
Rookie gets it.
Woo!
Woo!
Saving theaters, man.
Popcorn is so expensive at the theater, though. You just make your own popcorn.
The point being, per movie ticket, like they literally only make like 10% of the movie ticket at movie theaters. So the popcorn and stuff goes right to the theaters, keeps them alive a little. So even if we boycott the certain movies we hate, still keeping some theaters in business. Then still go watch something better at our own house. That is better than that. So
I'll watch the Kenobi show and the Mandalorian though.
yeah, just go get your popcorn and soda at the movie theater. It's a little spendy, but at least you're not wasting it on Star Wars, on the new Star Wars.
As a rebuttal, says reviewers might have to pay to look out for their wallet. Rookie Critic, if watching it puts food on their table, bravo, get a ticket. But if it sucks, your review will cost them more than your ticket gained them. So, like, it might, what I think Sketch is trying to say is that it might give Disney a buck, but at the same time, if your review of them is trash, and they know it's trash, less people will go to see them because people trust your review.
Yeah, it's possible, but I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of people that are trying to review these days also. And, if anything, how negative attention is still attention type of thing. It might not help. People might want to see it because it is. You know,
Yeah.
people might want to trash on it, so they want to see the trash, and I don't know. It's a little different. Like I've hardly seen any movies this year. Like just haven't seen them, so won't be any different with episode 9.
I think the only new one I've seen was John Wick 3.
Yeah, I wish I could have seen that. My theaters were going through a little change at when that was out, so I saw Anna instead, like a lower budget. Nobody really talked about that movie. Yeah, it's kind of worth not talking about either. It wasn't that great. It wasn't horrible, but nothing to really.
All right. Well, I'm going to get to my final segment here. This.
Oh God.
This reminded me of I was watching Bill Maher, and I do that because I am a liberal. Unsubbed because he's a liberal, but no, I do watch Bill Maher because he has a segment called New Rules, where he has a bunch of funny little things and things that he has to say about some articles or some news stories, and I figure I do that except a bit funnier. This is something I have no name for this. I have no name for this yet, but Mrs. Gone. Sorry about that. But
it's because you're a liberal.
Yes, but Taylor Swift shocks fans with a VMA F-bomb. I wonder why. Considering that she was just called, she was mistaken for a drag queen dressed as her by John Travolta, who literally did give her her imposter the VMA for winning. You should be calm. Excuse me. You need to calm down. I think he was let off easy, but that's just me.
What's a VMA?
Exactly.
I've never heard of it.
Oh, a VMA, a Video Music Award.
It's a very ancient MTV thing, I think.
Yes, when they cared about music. So
I say when people cared about MTV.
or Taylor Swift.
So another article was a woman asks boyfriend to buy some tampons. His response has everyone laughing, and I wish Miss was a part of that. But
she backstage, or did she fully leave?
No, she flew back, but we're supposed to be at something in like 13 minutes, but that's okay. We're gonna make this quick. So tampons, like it's like this or that. So this kind of tampon is supposed to be like a regular size tampon, and this one is supposed to be a super size one. And this asshole asks, like, do you want the lemon or lime? As if vagina have taste buds.
Like, that's one sour vagina.
Well, I would imagine maybe. I don't know.
But it's okay. Speaking of stupid men,
women in the if women are watching Proper Jeremy somehow, can you answer this for us?
But speaking of stupid men, this guy was left starstruck after Queen legend Freddie Mercury appears in his pork chop. Where? All right, so this is the picture in question. All right, cool. Here's the pork chop.
We will chop you. Mary said she likes to keep hers fresh, but not that fresh.
Where? I see a bunch of fat here.
They're supposedly the white part is like the face, and a couple of the smudges are supposed to be his eyeballs and mouth, but I would not be able to claim that is an image of a person because I don't look at my food and look for people.
You can't see.
What happens to my food? It goes in my goddamn belly and then shits out my ass and into the toilet and goes into the sewer,
right,
into the ocean where people swim and play.
I once saw meatloaf on my dinner plate.
Thank you.
This is why I think you'd be perfect for this. But it's not just stupid men. Stupid women do exist. Like this one guy who was offended when her...
He looks pissed. Holy shit, he's going to kill her. I'm going to slit your throat.
The host apologizes after saying black co-anchor saying that he looked like a gorilla. There's the meme alone.
It's
Dude, he
like,
looks like he's about to go ape.
yeah, it's like, you know,
He's about to go ape shit on her.
yeah, it's ape culture, isn't it?
And oh god, so uh,
He's like hashtag me too as he's touching her right now.
oh my gosh.
Fucking white bitch.
Actually, lighthearted segment quickly turned viral after this bitch
Look at my monkey. Oh,
said to this guy, just like who is black, said that this gorilla that they were filming, she said that was taking selfies. Apparently, said kind of looks like you when you take a picture. What? He's like, this is gonna be memed forever. But this isn't the only.
well, dude, this dude looks kind of swole, dude. So I can see if she's maybe, making a correlation. So
He's steaming.
But he's what?
dude, you can see the steam coming out of his ears. You can see the lasers, like a target lock.
The blood coming out of her, whatever.
I'm gonna say blood coming out of his eyes as he's staring and not blinking for many, many minutes. And
He needs one of those lime tampons.
yeah,
What?
she used one of those tampons, and that was her first mistake.
Oh, the lime one or the lemon?
It's Dawn Lemon, isn't it?
No, but decent try. But speaking of stupid women, this one took. This woman fell out of a balcony after practicing extreme yoga, posing for pictures like this. Like, honey, I know that you wanted to do the downward dog, but not quite like this. This isn't what I was talking about.
I guess she had to split.
No, she did survive. She has 110 broken bones, according to this article. Underwent
Only.
11 hours of surgery following the fall of the downward dog.
Wow. It's just
I'm sorry, but
yoga is supposed to give you balance, isn't it?
right.
Ironic.
And one other story about dumb bitches is this this mother-in-law who decided to make this necklace out of to represent this lovely picture. And this is a lovely picture of a couple of this guy proposing, and just take a good hard look or flash look at how this turned out. This
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just let that necklace dangle around your neck.
Or in the middle of your belly button. I didn't know penises came from there.
I don't know either, but yeah, that's not a hand.
Nope.
Rookie, what do you think of this?
No comment.
All right, and
She went to so much detail on the hand, but she forgot the jacket that the lady's holding, and the tree. I don't know.
This aspect.
Yeah,
It's not coming from there. It's just
the hand. You didn't need to have the hand at all. Really, that would have been the image basically. But
it's like he's John Hurt from Aliens, except if the dick came out first.
it's like it's coming out of his belly button, and it's like, "Hi, lady, nice shoes."
Nice shoes.
Hello, darling. The doctors never removed my umbilical cord.
But finally, I want to ask everyone in the chat this, and my two panelists that remain, and then we will close this out. Jason Momoa got stuck in an elevator for over 2 hours, surviving only on beer and M&Ms. I wish I was joking, but this week, yes, Jason Momoa did get stuck in an elevator for 2 hours. He even tried to the elevator's car ceilings tile, which was left dangling, trying to escape from the roof, like Die Hard style. But that just did not work. And so I want to ask.
Did he not eat for 3 days and then needed to eat M&Ms? Like,
no, he just happened to have a pack of M&Ms there, and
it says surviving. He's stuck in an elevator and felt like eating M&Ms. Like,
that's the joke.
I know. Yeah.
I would like to pass this brief question off to you guys and everyone in the chat because I do got to get going right after this ends. What would happen?
You know, Miss is waiting.
Miss is very angry with you.
It's been waiting for a while.
Oh, I thought she had left.
No, she's calling you a bastard. And
where?
In the private chat, she says, "Proper, you bastard! I'm leaving. Then bye."
Oh, well, that's another thing. That's why we're wrapping up.
Okay.
She's not waiting in the thing. It's a different thing. So my last question is, what exactly would you do if you were stuck in an elevator with Jason Momoa? Real quick, give me like a 30-second pitch.
I would ask him to be the star in my idea for a movie where he is an ancient werewolf warrior, and he's a warrior for many years, like over 1,000 years, and in the modern day becomes a fat, lazy ass for a while, and then some old villains come around, and he's got to get off his ass to get back in shape and save the day. So it's kind of a funny story with that. He's got sword in one hand, chicken leg in the other, and modern day getting off the Call of Duty in the crumbs, to go save the day again.
Sounds like Thor: Love and Thunder, or Avengers Endgame.
Well, no, but it'd actually be better with a longer lasting thing. So, yeah.
Fair enough.
Wouldn't just be Lebowski jokes all day. Stig.
What? Oh yeah, I guess I just sit down there and you go, "Hello there," and you wouldn't mind giving me some M&Ms and a beer, would you? And then I just talk to him to pass time. I'm sure he's a nice fellow.
Yeah, he was in Stargate Atlantis. He was in Aquaman.
Conan.
Yeah.
Underrated.
And I think Indiana Jeremy has a perfect answer. Hand in the torch, use my whip to reach the ceiling and smash through the wall to freedom. Much like Indiana Jones did.
You know what you have to do? You have to not eat anything, and when your life is hanging on by a thread, you use the thread to climb up.
Sketch Therapy said, I'd tell him I hate good actors are getting bad scripts. Mara said, I'd ask him, so how about Game of Thrones Season 8?
Drago returns.
May as well. Anyways, we're about to wrap this up. Thank you all so much for showing up. And I'm going to give the spotlight on Stig and Rookie. Sorry, Miss had to leave earlier. But I totally forgot I had to do something in like a few minutes. But anyways, Stig, tell the people what you got going on.
Tiny channel, 3 minutes of footage. Don't look for me on Twitter. I'm not looking for followers. I just hang out.
Watch them on the toilet.
Not all looking for fame or fortune. Just having fun.
Everything that goes with it.
Yeah. And thank you, Proper, for having me on. And thank you to Rookie as well for good company.
Yep.
And thank you to Miss for leaving early.
Yes. Wait, no. Rookster, what you got?
Well, I am looking for fame and fortune and wanted to be a feature film director someday. So I am trying to move on the way to the top. And I'll be doing probably, because Rotten Tomatoes is being stupid recently, which I'll have to look into again. Somebody told me that anyway. There could be some stop motion sketch coming your way again. So we'll see. Game of Thrones, Game of Tomatoes themed. Keeping with that.
All right, and my name is Proper Jeremy. Thank you all so much for showing up. You can catch me at youtube.com/ProperJeremy, and if you want to donate to the channel, the PayPal is in the link down below. Thank you all so much, and live long and proper. Have a great day. Hopefully, if you like that last segment of just a bunch of funny stories, I would greatly appreciate that. I hadn't done that before, but I would love to do that more in the future because This Week in Bullshit is not about the shit that you're angry about. but the shit that you just want to just laugh at and just think that this is just ridiculous. So thank you all so much. Have a great day. And I am Proper Jeremy.